Hey everybody, welcome back to the Me and My Boyfriend Nicole podcast. I'm Aurora.
I'm the boyfriend, Nicole. Hi, y'all.
Hi. What are we talking about today, Nicole?
Boundaries. Oh.
And how we don't have them? No.
Yeah, how we need them.
Yeah.
How they're a very important part of life. And how not having them explains a lot of my life.
Same.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So what would you say are boundaries? What would be the definition for you?
Boundaries, I think it's all about balance. So not letting one part of your life, whether it be a relationship, work, whatever, take over and encroach on all other aspects of your life. Like, you need to have that balance between your work, your family, your relationship. Like, all of those things need to coexist and be harmonious. I feel like to be a really productive and happy and healthy and emotionally stable person.
That was a lot of words.
I know.
That was
wordy.
beautiful. That was beautiful. I feel like it comes down to this. Boundaries are making yourself a priority. Say that again.
Okay, well, I could have come up with that.
Making yourself a priority. Yeah, but it's that simple for me because it was that hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
No, I think you say it best.
Never, ever, ever, ever have I ever made myself a priority before. That was my past.
Mm-hmm.
Me, the present now. And I am the gift. And I think that's true for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just for me. I'm the super gift. But to myself.
Yeah.
And to anyone that gets to be in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a big part of it. And I think to have true happiness, because everything comes back to happiness. I don't care what nobody says. Don't be raining on my parade. It is about being happy. And happiness is a choice. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get off the box for a second. But I'm just saying that, all right? But to have true happiness, you have to make yourself a priority.
Yeah.
And establish boundaries in your life for yourself. I think a lot of times we think of boundaries as, how you're going to allow people to treat you and not treat you, whether it be a work relationship, a romantic relationship, your children, your parents, whatever role that you're playing in life,
Which
right?
I think is a part of boundaries, but I think it goes even deeper than that.
I think it's totally about having boundaries for yourself. Whether it is, these are the priorities in my life, and I'm going to do these no matter what, whether it's working out, whether it's having a career, whether it's having meditation time in the morning, which is something that's big, important to me. Like, I have to start out my day outside in nature, no matter what time of year it is, preferably before the sun comes up, before the rest of the world wakes up. No electronics, no phone, no nothing. Me and a cup of coffee, sitting out in nature on my yoga mat with my dog, Lucy Lou. And that's how I have to start my day. And I have boundaries for me where I don't get on any electronics, anything like that, and start my day outside. Because I need that time for myself to focus, to be in my zone, and to set the tone for my day.
So I think it's interesting you bring up boundaries as something for you. I think that's a really great way to look at it. Because when I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, scope. So one of the biggest lessons that I have learned in my adult life is knowing my scope. So in my scope, these are the things that I can control and directly have an effect on. So my scope is how I feel about something, how I react to something, how all the things that I am directly in control of. So I think it's a great way to think of boundaries that way, of you're putting boundaries on yourself, because you are the only person that can control you, and you cannot control others and make them fall in line, because people are humans, they have free will,
right?
Whatever. So I think that what you said right there is a really key component about boundaries.
I totally thought you were going somewhere else with that.
What?
Because you said scope, and I thought mouthwash, and I thought you were going to be like, when you got like stinky breath and like you're keeping people away like that, you know,
I
like
mean, yeah,
as a
that's
metaphor.
boundary. It's a boundary.
It's a boundary. It's like an official
I was
boundary.
thinking
And
a
it was
little
like,
more,
you know,
official.
so I thought it was like, you know, like a metaphor for like bad breath and like emotional boundary. I don't know. That's where I was going with it. Like people can't get close to you if they can't get
both
close to
apply.
you.
Yeah. I meant them literally.
Right.
So, you know, use that scope
That's right.
and know what's in your scope.
Maybe that's just me. I feel like there are other people there that were like, what's scope mouthwash have to do with that? Other people probably have no idea what they're talking about. Maybe that was before their time. I don't know.
I feel like
Is it still a
scope
product?
is still a product.
I didn't know
You're
that.
not that old.
Excuse me. It's not that I'm not that old. It's that now I use like all those like
Vegan.
no chemicals,
no
everything else.
chemical,
And that's not being snooty or bougie like some people I know who are like all foo-foo and shit.
Ooh.
Huh?
What?
It's just some people don't know what I'm talking about.
I feel like you looked at me.
No, I wasn't looking at you at all.
Oh, I
no,
just had a you moment.
no.
I'm sorry.
Anyway. I know some bougie people that live across the street. Anyway, no.
Oh. Oh.
Or other side of town.
Oh.
Yeah, but anyway, mine is all like allergies and shit.
Yeah.
So, me and my
We could literally do a
children.
whole hour talking about your dietary restrictions.
Not just me, my family, my children.
Yes, a lot.
Right?
It's not a
Yeah.
bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. We're all healthier because of that.
Yeah.
We could all talk about, we probably all have, you know, like some allergies you may not be aware of.
Anyway,
Some
how
of
does
us are
this-
allergic to feelings and emotions.
Okay, now that was definitely directed at me.
It was. It was totally directed to you. It was. And touching and feeling. What was it you used to say when you were a kid?
Don't touch me, don't touch hair, don't touch hands, don't touch her.
That pretty much sums up the whole aura of Aurora.
You think you're clever. You think you're cute.
I do, and I am. Anywho.
Anyway, to quote Alyssa Edwards,
Right?
famous drag queen.
Huh?
Never mind. I do want to quote her. Hi, Alyssa. If you ever hear this, you're wonderful, and I wish I could tongue pop like you. No. She
That
said.
sounds so sexual.
No, it's not sexual. Why is everything sexual with you?
Because I am a sexually energized person. Oh.
No, it's
Who's a good girl. So it keeps it mostly like all wrapped up inside and then it just explodes. So I talk all about it a lot. Well, you asked me a question and I answered it. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt your thought when you were interrupting me? What?
okay. Your tone is very pointed right now.
It was not.
Okay,
It
that's
was,
fine.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm not offended.
Right?
As I say, like, I'm not offended. No, I'm really not offended.
I wish you
God.
got more play.
Huh?
What? I wish you played.
Yeah, whatever.
But, well, now you are bumbling.
You are more excited about me bubbling.
I'm so excited about you
I'm
bumbling.
Okay,
Every time
here's
you
the
get a
thing.
ding and it goes, ding, you have a match. I'm like, oh my God, we have a match.
That's a boundary. Here we go.
Okay, that is
Let's
about
discuss boundaries.
We have no boundaries there, but go ahead.
No. There are no boundaries between Nicole and my dating life.
Yes.
Nicole is more emotionally invested.
I feel like I'm more emotionally invested in a lot of things than you're willing to admit.
I am invested.
Because
like,
I
don't get
feel
me
like
wrong.
you are.
I am invested. Like, it's not that I'm not invested. It's not something I don't want. Like, it is something I want. You know what I mean? I just think I'm a lot more conservative with my, like, expression.
I think you're afraid of it. I think you use boundaries to keep people out.
Yes, that's the definition of boundary.
Yeah, but to keep, like, anybody out that could possibly love you or hurt you
Okay, yes.
emotionally or physically.
Yes.
Freaky deek.
Girl?
Girl.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Speaking of freaky deek, on a scale of 1 to 10, how freaky are you? 1 being missionary, right? 10 being gimp in a box.
What the fuck is a gift but a box?
Really?
Like,
You haven't seen Pulp Fiction? Pulp Fiction is gimp in a box.
Okay.
Literally the guy in the box in the latex. thing.
Oh,
whatever,
oh,
and,
okay,
like,
that's
in
a
the
lot.
chain, and
That's a lot.
That's a
That's a lot.
10. So missionary, 0 is virgin, and masturbation.
Okay.
Not there's anything wrong with either one of those. I'm just saying that's where that 0 is. 1 is you do missionary, right? Mm-hmm. And then, and missionary can be
You're encroaching
anything.
on my boundary.
Well, I'm asking what's your freak number?
I don't know. Let's do 5.
5 to be safe?
There's room to grow.
I feel like your freak number actually is a 9.5.
No, it is not that
I
serious.
feel like it is. But
No,
you
no,
only
no,
express
no.
possibly a 1.5. And
So-
then you're stating 5. But I feel like you are like a furry
No, whoa, no.
wrapped up in latex
Whoa.
in a gift box.
Whoa.
And no judgment on anything, but she got the battery cables right there just in case something needs jump start.
One, I feel like you put way more thought into this than I
This all
anticipated.
just came to me.
No.
I think you're getting kind of excited just thinking about it.
No.
Okay, what?
No.
No.
First of all, this is a boundary.
Is this a boundary right
This is
now?
a huge
I didn't know we have boundaries. Aurora.
We
Toe
do
fungus doesn't have boundaries.
Toe fungus needs some boundaries.
Toe fungus will jump up there on them hands if you try and lock me out.
No.
Yes.
No.
What?
We should do a sexuality episode.
Oh, we absolutely should. We
And
need to
discussing
interview a lot of
sexuality
people.
and
Yes.
how that's a spectrum.
But what in disgusting? No,
What?
I thought you said disgusting. I was like, no judgment.
and how that's a spectrum.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what we were talking about. I'm like, are we talking about like when the spit on pussy thing happened or what?
What?
What? That was in my stand-up routine thing. You know
Oh,
that?
that's right. Okay.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
Oh,
We'll
Lord.
show that sometime. Not the spitting on the pussy, but the stand-up that had that in there.
What the hell?
I love you.
Is this?
Hey, I feel a little left out. You didn't care. You didn't want to ask what my freak number was.
Because I haven't even answered your question.
I didn't know it was a question. I made a statement, but I asked what your freak number was, and you lied and said a 5.
I didn't lie.
You are so
hold
not
on.
middle of the road.
No,
You
no,
are
no.
a liar.
I really don't feel like I like anything crazy. What?
A little bit of pain, half a ruler.
Okay, a little bit of pain is not crazy.
No, but you are
It's like
not
standard.
Your little bit of pain is the battery cables on the nipples.
No, whoa, no. That's way too much.
Okay. What's a little pain, Aurora?
Just a little bit.
Tell me. I don't know. Yeah, I need specific.
This is not the episode for that. We are talking boundaries, and I'm setting mine right now.
Oh. Hold on.
Would you like me to ask you your freak number to make you...
No, I don't even want to tell you now. You don't get to know now.
I don't want to know.
Oh my god.
I feel like everybody else wants to know.
No. I feel like you just don't even care about my feelings and emotions.
I do. Oh my goodness. Are you sure you're not the girlfriend?
I've always wanted to be, but you won't let me. You make me have to be the man.
I don't make you do anything.
Yeah,
You make yourself.
I'm just me. Are you trying to say I'm not enough the way I am?
You are putting words in my mouth right now. Okay, girlfriend Nicole today. Oh my goodness, you just jumped to so many conclusions
Oh
so
my
fast.
god.
My head is spinning.
If I had a dick right now, I'd be limp. It really would.
Sorry.
This conversation is so just like, you're disrespecting me. You're putting up walls everywhere. You're like, I don't care about your needs or wants or desires or feelings.
Yeah, that's definitely what's happening.
You're such a woman right now.
Oh, am I
For
being,
women,
Am I being so dismissive of you right now?
You are. For women everywhere right now, I want to let my freak flag fly, and I feel like you should respect that.
I'm not disrespecting your freak flag. You're the one that calls me freaky deaky. All I did, this is one moment, all of a sudden you crazy as hell out here trying to call me out saying I like to be pinched with electricity. That is a lot, okay? Okay, let's be honest. What is a 5 to you? What is your 5? And then I'll answer your scale.
5 is like doggy style. I bought a book about Karma Sutra, and I was willing to flip through it and try a couple.
Your spectrum
I've had
is
more
weird.
than 3 partners, all at different times.
Your spectrum is a little off to me.
Well, what do you think a 5 is?
I don't know. Like a 5 is like bondage to me. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
That's pretty standard, isn't that?
No, I've never ever been tied up or anything.
Oh, okay.
See? Freaky deek.
Okay, fine. On Nicole's
You are
scale,
the cream filling in the middle of some S&M.
why has it got to be cream?
What would it be?
I don't know.
Is it lube?
No,
Is it Pop Rocks? What is it?
I do enjoy Pop Rocks.
Do you? Mm-hmm. I know you like a fish taco too.
I do like a fish taco.
Mm.
I like Mexican
Heavy on the
food.
sauce.
I can't stand you. I literally just can't stand you.
Are you squirting that sauce on?
Oh my gosh. Boundaries, Nicole. Boundaries. Ever heard of
I
them?
want to be bound. You're the one who brought up the subject. I have never been bound, tied, gagged, blindfolded, nothing. I am not vanilla, though. Do you know why? Because I'm open to all of that. I'm like, yes, please. It's just never been an opportunity. Huh?
Room for growth.
Right?
That's why I say 5. There's always room for growth.
Is that growth when you're like with a dude?
What? Does it matter?
No, I'm just asking. No, but like, growth.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Sorry, I didn't get that innuendo.
Slow to the uptake. Ooh, we're testy now.
I'm tired.
Oh my God, you did not. You did not.
No, I just...
Well, sit the fuck up, because that's my boundary right there, okay? It's playtime.
Okay, now I'm back to the girlfriend, because you're like, I want to play, and I'm like, I'm too tired. Don't touch me.
Oh my God, yes, let me guess. You have a headache?
I need to wash my hair.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
You may help you wash your hair?
That's a little too intimate. That's another boundary.
Oh my God, because you don't like to be touched or caressed.
No.
What?
I do not.
Oh, okay, I was right. Anywho.
Any hoozles.
So, my boundaries.
You don't have any.
No, I didn't. I do now. I've worked really hard the last 2 years.
No, you
creating them.
You have definitely created some boundaries. There is a marked improvement between then and now.
I'm so terrified to ask you.
What?
Exactly. What is the difference? What's the difference between me then and now? Like, give me some examples. Be gentle.
Well, according to you, I don't know how.
I know you don't. You have no feelings or emotions. Go.
I would say you are simultaneously... Okay, you are more emotionally available.
Very true.
But...
I thought we weren't doing butts anymore.
In a smarter and more healthy way.
That was the most beautiful butt I have ever heard in my life. I was sure that butt was going to be preceded by something that was not quite as positive.
No. Like, what I mean by, like, you were very available, like, for everybody to come into your life.
Okay, because I thought that started to sound real hoe-like for a second. And I was like, I have never been very available.
No. What I mean by, like, you had, like, all the doors open.
You mean where I was always open to any friend, any family, anything,
any relationship, any friend, any family.
Oh, yeah, work, anything. I had no boundaries, man. I worked 80-plus hours a week.
Like, you let everything in.
Oh, yeah.
So now you realize, that really doesn't work for me. And you're being much more selective about who you let into your home. Like, who's your friend? Like, who are you going to invest your time in? Like, you know, even with relationships, I feel like you were picking, like, a better quality man to pursue you.
Ooh, I like that. A better quality man to pursue me.
Yes, girl, because there was some moments.
We don't need to talk about that.
There were some judgment calls.
That's the past.
It's the past.
The past is not cool in right now. We're talking about the present.
That's right.
Right?
But no,
And the future.
I feel like you are, you have grown so much.
I have.
So I'm very proud of you.
Right?
You have instilled more boundaries into your life.
I have. The circle is very small now.
Mm-hmm.
We have established, our barbed wire electric fences in the appropriate places.
Mm-hmm.
And only allow people who are invited in to said circle and home.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really am, though. Like, my home is such a big deal to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love my home, my family, the family I've created for myself. I always say that your friends are your chosen family.
Mm-hmm.
Pick wisely, you know? And I love you guys and my babies.
Yeah, and we love you too. That's why,
Yeah, but it's like there's only a handful of people, literally, that I
Yeah.
allow in my home because I'm very, very, protective over the people in my home, but also the energy and, just the calm, the peace, the vibe, the serenity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Like, you feel it when you walk in my home.
Yeah, now you do. You made some changes, and I think it's really been good for you.
Right?
No.
Cleared out a lot of stuff.
I think where you didn't have any boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
I maybe have too many boundaries.
What? Shut up.
I would not consider myself to be an emotionally vulnerable or available human being. I think with some people I am.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes a lot to get me there.
Yeah. Just like sex.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
I'm not being facetious. It takes a lot to get you there. I think that's true for a lot of women, And so, I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
What?
The longer it takes you to get from the time you meet someone to the time you have sex, and when you're in a relationship with someone, the time it takes from the first thought of having sex with someone till you're actually wet, aching, and ready.
Mm-hmm.
If that length of time is longer, does that mean that you generally have more boundaries in place? Maybe not necessarily healthy ones.
I wouldn't. I think that's a really broad statement.
I don't know.
To attach to boundaries.
And when do boundaries become OCD?
Girl? I don't know. That takes a psychologist to answer that. But
well,
I mean...
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing, though, because if you can have where anything that feels good, tastes good, smells good, just yum yum candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can become unhealthy when it takes over your life, and you don't have any boundaries with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the more you push the line, the more it takes to get you turned on, the more it takes for you to get excited, And not just sexually. I was directing that sexually, but it could be anything, even adrenaline rushes, like all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so what is it that causes it to go from healthy to unhealthy?
I think this is just an initial thought on that question.
Go.
I think the moment it really starts to hinder your life or maybe like your personal growth, that's when it becomes an unhealthy boundary. Like when you are so closed off that you are literally not making career goals, like financial goals, like relationship goals, like family goals, like when you're no longer achieving the things that you want to achieve, that boundary has now crossed over to something unhealthy.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that. But I wonder too if it doesn't all come down to people are going to hate this, but it's the truth. Loving yourself, accepting yourself, all of that, and feeling worthy of it.
Yeah. No, that's a valid question.
Worthy of love, worthy of attention, worthy of self-respect. You know, I think it all comes back to how we feel about ourselves, because when I didn't feel like enough, it wasn't that I needed validation from anyone else. It was that I felt like I needed to do and do and do for more, you know, for more people, to prove it to myself almost. But also just feeling like it made me feel good to help other people. And that...
Did you assign your self-worth to how many people you could help?
No, it wasn't really like that. It was more like I grew up being the parent of my parent, you know, taking care of my mom, taking care of my siblings, stuff like at a really young age, like younger than 9, right? And that was just my identity. Like, my role in the family was being like the caretaker.
Yeah, so
and it was just part of my personality. It wasn't necessarily to get attention. There was no attention to be had.
No, I'm not talking about attention.
Yeah.
But you assigned a lot of your worth.
Yeah.
As a human being to how well you can take care of somebody.
Yes. And that was like my superpower at the time when I was younger is that nurture, healer, you know, take care of everybody, fix everything.
So,
and if they weren't fixed, like my mom, then it was my fault. Yeah.
So would you say now that you have more self-worth and self-esteem, that you have been able to establish better boundaries for yourself?
I do in a way. Because I feel like as when my life fell apart a couple of years ago, and I picked myself up off that bathroom floor, literally,
yeah.
It's been 2 days. Time to put your big girl panties on and make a plan. Put the ice cream in the trash. Let's move on with life. Then, yeah, you know, I really had to look in the mirror and figure out, how did I allow myself to get to this point, you know? And there was a part of it where I think it's a beautiful thing that I loved someone so much, and I gave so much to myself and trusted someone so much to where I didn't question anything. I think a lot of times we beat ourselves up for other people's behavior, and it never has anything to do with us.
Right.
I don't care what you do. It has nothing to do with you. It's about the other person and where they're at in their life and how they feel about themselves. And whether they're projecting that on you, not feeling enough, or needing constant validation from other people, no matter what you do, just because they didn't have that as a child, or they have been through trauma, or, you know, they just don't see potential in themselves. Whatever it is, it's not your stuff. But I think it's beautiful that I allowed myself to be 100% in it, give 100% of myself. Okay, it didn't work out. But I don't have any regrets about it. I don't regret that I love someone so much. I don't regret that I put, you know, them, our family, you know, first, behind my career, behind, you know, myself. Like, I hadn't been gone from my children more than one night, you know, like here or there, 16 years.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't regret any of that. How it turned out was how it was meant to turn out, you know, and we've all grown since then.
Yeah.
We are no longer together. We are
no,
never ever,
ever.
Right, but it doesn't make him a bad person.
No,
and it doesn't make me a bad person, you know. But from that, I learned to be so much more careful about who I allow in my life. Not that I would change any of that, because I have my children. I'm where I'm at now, and I'm happier than I've ever been in my whole entire life. And a lot of that has to do with him, too. You know?
Yeah.
But I've become much more choosy about where I put my time. Who I put my time into.
Yeah.
Realizing how precious time is, that one thing you can't get more of. And my energy, where I put that in, you know, and how that dictates my life.
Right.
You know, we are the company we keep, positive, negative, or in between, you know, And that I can give because I was gonna say big problem, but I don't think it's a problem. One of my superpowers
Okay, Kanye.
is that I don't know how to love half-heartedly. Like it's all or nothing. Would you say that's true or not?
Oh yeah. Oh no. It is all or nothing.
Right?
Like, I can't understand it. Well, it's not that I can't understand it. It's just that is kind of one of our fundamental like divides. Like I would say is like one of our fundamental differences, not divides, because I don't think it divides us. Our difference is that you're very gung ho, like immediately. And I'm like, I need to be like warmed up on the stove.
You know what that has to do with though? Everything in my life is fuck yes or fuck no. No gray area.
Yeah, I live in gray area.
Everything in your life is gray area.
Everything is gray.
Right? For me, it's either yes, I want to fuck it, eat it, kill it, whatever it is, love it. I usually want to love it. I want to love it and squeeze it and hug it and kiss it until it's beautiful and perfect and everything. Or I don't care. I'm just, Nope. You dead to me. Go away. Never want to see you again. Don't know you. Who the fuck are you? Absolutely not. No. So it's like, yes or no. You are, well, maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll
see.
figure it out.
Let me think about it. Let me make a list. And then make a list about that. And then let me weigh the pros and cons. Yes. And then 2 weeks, I'll get back to you with the maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely live in that gray area for sure.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a big difference in us.
Yeah.
So I'm all jump in, whole heart, head first. Let's see what happens. Roll the dice. And if it don't work out, I have no regrets because I know that I lived my true life, my truth, and that I did everything that I wanted to do, and I tried my best, no matter what it is, right? You, on the other hand, feel more safe that you weighed out everything, right? And took your time and didn't jump into anything. And that makes you feel more secure, yes?
Yes. You want to? I'll give you some insight into how I make decisions.
Oh, Lord, tell me.
Sometimes I recognize always that I overthink things. I want to look into a lot of stuff. So sometimes I challenge myself to be impulsive. Like I just make a decision. Whatever happens, happens. And I either love it, hate it. But really what I do to let me know how I really feel about something, I learned this trick.
What?
And for anybody that is indecisive, try this. It's probably not a good method, but it works for me.
I love you so much. Okay.
So let's say I have two options, right? I take a coin and I flip the coin. And whatever it lands on, whether if I'm excited about what it landed on, I'm like, oh, that's something I really want to do. But if I'm like, oh, no, I don't like it, I'm like, oh, I want the other option. Okay, cool. And then I go with that.
You flip a coin.
I flip a coin.
You know what I do?
What?
Rock, paper, scissors.
There we go.
Right?
Simple as shit.
Simple as shit. I've literally had foreplay with rock, paper, scissors before.
What?
Yeah. Like, who's going to start it?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Who's going to do it? It's
All
like,
right.
hey, if you start, I'm all in.
I'll finish.
I didn't go that far.
Okay.
That's a long-term committed relationship. That's what it gets down to.
Oh, wow. We were deciding relationships on rock, paper, scissors out here. Okay.
Well, on the sex life.
Oh, Lord. Anyway.
Is that too much truth? Maybe that's why it didn't work out.
I don't think it's too much truth.
Is there such a thing?
It's too much truth? Oh, 100%.
When? Have I given you too much? You gave me a look. I've given you too much truth?
No, not you. No, not you particularly. No.
What?
I mean, there has been some things that sometimes you're like, I did not need to know that.
I feel like you are talking to me.
I'm not talking to you, Nicole. It's not about you.
It's not. Everything is.
I know, Leo.
I love you so much.
I love you too. No.
So what do you think is something that you need to work on with boundaries?
One of my big challenges for myself for the rest of 2020 is that I took a moment and I was like, what are my priorities?
Mm-hmm.
What are things I really want to get done with my day?
Mm-hmm. Oh, when you made that timesheet?
When I made my schedule. Like, these are the things that I want to get done, right?
Yes. Can you tell a schedule? Tell a schedule.
Oh, no, it's too much.
No, tell the schedule. I wish you had it here right now.
I do. It's on my phone.
You wrote in every minute accounted for in your day.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Okay, so just start us off with that time. Start off. Aurora, you know it.
I feel like you're really, like, judging me a little bit.
I am not. Go for it.
No, I'm not going to tell you my schedule. Anyway, I'll tell you some of my priorities for my schedule. Will that help you? Will that appease you?
Okay, so it's like 7 o'clock, wake up,
No,
right?
it's way too late in the day.
7:30, okay, then what? 6?
Yeah, that's like a good time.
6, wake up, get out of bed by 6:30.
That's way
Brush
too
the
long
cat
into bed.
from 6:30 to 6:40.
No, it's...
Brush your teeth from 6:40 to 6:42.
No.
And then, what?
It's not like that.
Then shower, change, 7 o'clock breakfast. What?
I feel like you're trying to expose me right now. No, but what I did was, like, I was like, okay, what are some things I really want to get done during my day? I want to work. I want quiet time, no electronics, like a meditation thing. I want time to study, like, religion, like the Bible. Like, I want, like, some exercise time where I can get in tune with my body, like, things like that. I want to give myself time to cook. I want to give myself time to relax during the day. Like, that's a lot of things. So I found out what my priorities were and what I really wanted. And part of setting those boundaries is setting time limits. Because I'm the kind of person, like, I will just be like, I'm going to do this thing all day. All day.
Right?
I'll just do it. So, like, I need to give myself realistic time boundaries to do everything I want.
Mm-hmm.
That way I feel like I'm being fulfilled.
Yes.
And I'm doing all the goals that I want to do for myself. And one of those boundaries is I set aside a specific day, well, actually 2 days of the week, for our podcasts.
You do?
Because I really care about our podcast.
You better.
Well, duh. So I have set a boundary for that, for Wednesdays and Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are podcast days.
Right? And I love that you call me in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So you can check that box off, and you've already checked on me and know what's going on. We have our friend time on your, like, way to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I get included in the schedule. It makes me happy.
Oh, my goodness.
It makes me feel like a priority.
You are a priority.
That's what I was waiting for.
Is that what you just needed to be told, that you were a priority?
No, not until the end of it. And then I was like, she better say that. I was being a girl then.
You were being a little needy?
I was. It's not necessarily mean I was a girl. I know plenty of guys that are needy like that too.
Oh, girl. As someone that has dated both men and women,
yes,
they're equally needy. Some people just hide it better than others.
Right?
Like me, I hide it better than others.
You do. True that.
I am a needy person. I don't need you until I need you.
Oh, don't let me ever ask you for something, because that rarely happens. That's like the most vulnerable thing for me to do. I never ask anybody for anything. Like, I can do it myself. I don't need nothing, right? But if I am vulnerable and I ask for help,
you better damn help me.
And if not, you better send me where I can get some help.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
No, that will burn a bridge.
That's
for
like
me.
being naked and someone being like, no.
It's a vulnerable spot for me.
Dude, so fully naked. That's what that is.
No, seriously, like, if I reach out to somebody and, like, I ask for advice or help, and I have to, like, it's like pulling teeth, getting it out of you, I will never come to you again.
Right? If
For
I
anything
ask
like
you
that.
for a jump and you don't pull out your jumper cables right away, that's it. We're done.
Is that needy?
What? No,
Because it's very vulnerable for me
to
ask for help.
Right.
So
to admit that you don't know something.
Oh, I can admit I don't know something.
Is that what it is? Then
no.
What? No. Okay.
No, I've always been the I'll do it person. So when I am giving up, it's control.
It's control! The C word!
If I'm giving up control...
Yes.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's what it is.
It's control. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that was deep, boo.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Ooh.
Which is what I ultimately want the most, is to give up control.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. You want to be in control, and I want to give up control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm a Leo. We're leaders. We're natural leaders. Blah, blah. It doesn't mean I want to be. It's just like, fool, get out of the way. I'll take care of it. That's generally at work more than relationships. In relationships, I really don't want to be in control. You know, like, I got your back. I'll help you do anything. I'm here. Well, what I crave, I think most people, though, do. I really, really do. So I'm totally cool with giving and receiving. Mm-hmm. But I crave to where I don't have to be in control. Where I can be vulnerable and feel safe and be able to let that go in and out of bed. You know?
You trust someone enough.
Yes. And know that they got me.
So is that a boundary for you, that trust?
Is it a boundary? I don't know. I don't know. It takes a lot of trust. It goes back with that being bound. And tied and stuff. It does. I don't know.
No, I would say that's a boundary for you.
How?
Because your barrier to entry.
To entry?
Oh, gosh. Okay, Nicole. Yes.
What?
Your barrier
is...
I have to trust you enough to know that you got me.
Yes. Oh, 100%. That's my barrier to sex.
Well,
I think intimacy
and everything
it's
your barrier
else.
To a lot of things.
Oh, it absolutely is. I have to feel safe, protected, everything else. Which is funny because in most aspects of my life, and a lot of the jobs I've had, everything else, you know, I'm like, I got this. I don't need any help. Get the fuck out of my way. Mm-hmm. From, you know, being a freight car mechanic to being a social worker and, you know, kicking in those doors and blah, blah. Yeah, it's been very much like, I don't need any help. I got this. You know, I'm the one who goes in and gets people and pulls them out. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that goes out there and, you know, fixes the broken train.
Do you think that you have such a big issue? Maybe not an issue. Why trust is such a boundary for you is, one, childhood trauma, obviously.
Of course.
And then two, that you have really seen the darker sides of humanity and human existence. And how it can be violated so easily.
Kitty. Yeah.
And so, like, really violated. Like, flipped on its head.
Oh, yeah. So attacked by the people that are supposed to love you the most.
And that was, working in social work, you really saw the most evilest parts of people.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that's why it's also such a big deal for you? Like, maybe subconsciously?
I think that it was already such a big deal for me growing up in what I grew up in.
And that didn't help?
Yeah, which I'm like, that's third date. We're almost there. I'll talk about that eventually. I think that's, having grown up in that trauma is what drew me to social work and to those situations and work with people from domestic violence to childhood abuse to addiction to child trafficking to everything else. It drew me to that to save the people, you know, that needed saving since I couldn't save other people. But also, what kind of made me feel whole, you know?
Yeah, you were fixing
Oh, definitely.
Fixing families like your family needed to be fixed.
Absolutely. And I felt comfortable there. Like, I know how to handle this.
It's like, oh, no. I get this.
I know how to handle this. We don't need no Band-Aids. Maybe some duct tape, you know, like some Gorilla Glue. But no, I got this. What I don't understand, what I didn't then, I do now. I really feel like I do now. I feel like I got it now. What I didn't understand then was, why are you being so nice to me? Like,
oh, yeah.
you know, like, what you want? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is making me feel uncomfortable, your kindness and consideration. You know, like, and,
so.
Yeah. Like, okay, perfect example. When we went to the animal shelter today, what animal did I like?
This
totally explains.
Explains Nicole truly and the type of love that she's willing to accept from others.
Yeah, what does it for me?
Yeah. So there's this he is a cute little white cat. Now don't get me wrong, he's a sweet little baby boy. He's white and he's got these 2 little gray dots on his head. This cat is biting and like nibbling.
It was a little kitten.
And it's a kitten. And like attacking Nicole the entire time she's there. She's holding this cat and the whole time he's like gnawing on her.
He's like climbed up my arm, on my neck, attacking my neck, my hair, everything. And I was like, it loves me.
And I was like, that cat hates humans. And she's like, no. This is how it's showing affection.
It loves me. Look. It just needs to be loved harder.
I'm like, you like it because it hates you, don't you?
Love hurts.
Girl.
What?
I feel like that's how every Hallmark movie starts.
Well, I feel like it's how every Hallmark card should start.
Love hurts.
Love hurts. Bring extra lube.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yes. What?
Boundary.
I want someone to bend me over and say, I got you, boo. I got plenty of lube. Let's do this. It's my birthday. No?
Boundary.
That's your boundary. That's not my boundary. If we're to that point and we've had enough tequila, then I feel completely safe. Okay?
You need to numb yourself with tequila?
It's going to hurt a lot.
Wait, which boundary are we talking here?
Or number 2.
No! Oh, Lord. Help him.
What?
If you've made it this far to the episode, I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Oh, I'm not sorry.
No judgment.
I'm not judging you, fool.
It's only for special occasions and for people that I really care about.
You know I have to poke fun at you and make fun of you. That's how I show my love. You know that's how I show my love.
I know, okay.
The more...
Oh my God, that's true. You and your brother.
Yes. That is a boundary that I have. What? I try to push you away as far as possible.
Oh, that's true. It took me years to crawl my way into your heart.
Oh my gosh. You're so dramatic.
What is it that you and your brother say to each other? How do you greet each other every single time?
Hi, stupid.
Hey, stupid. Yes.
Wow, you look stupid today.
Right? And you two love each other.
We do. I love my brother. He's honestly one of my most favorite people on earth, besides my nephew.
Right?
That's how I show love. So that is my boundary, right?
Mm-hmm. Is
I keep you at a distance with my words.
Mm-hmm.
I have to...
Do you know how hard it's been for me through this whole thing not singing today? I just want to... Because right there, I just wanted to... want to sing. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, is that a boundary that I've set for you and now it's really hard?
Yes, you set me a boundary and it's like, oh my God. The tension is growing. Anyway.
No, but I mean... I do have very high walls and boundaries. I have a lot of them.
You do. It's what makes you sexy.
Is it because I'm unattainable?
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, I think that would be extremely attractive to people's. Is the fact that you're like, I don't need no one. I didn't ask you to come over here. Back the fuck up off me. You cute and all, but no. It's also one of those things that I used to always be like, I can see you had a healthy relationship with your father. Must be nice. This is what high self-esteem looks like. Someday, self-love.
I mean...
Because I think that's one of the things that blocks you, though, is because we talked about this the other day. You have such a connection with your father and your brother and your nephew and everything else that you don't have room in your life for
Another man?
Another man, but even a partner. Even if it was a woman.
Yeah, I think I get, this will kind of get into my sexuality, I guess, kind of. I get, like, emotionally fulfilled through other relationships. So I don't ever really feel like I need to seek other ones, like romantic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't really often, like, I feel like I don't feel like everybody else all the time, like, where people, like, want, like, they feel like they get emotionally fulfilled by a partner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't ever really feel like that.
But that's where you and I are like yin and yang, because it took me finally not feeling like that anymore. Finally not feeling like I needed to get validation from another person. Mm-hmm. Not looking for another person to complete me or to fulfill me so I feel full and whole and loved. And I finally looked at myself and fell in love with me and realized that I am the fucking prize, you know? And in my own life and for someone else, you know? And so that I finally feel like I'm able to have that healthy relationship, healthy connection with someone else. And I'm looking for the whole person. Yes. So it's just, you know, it's kind of mirror, you know.
Yep, but opposites, yeah.
Yeah, opposites attract. But it's real hard to stay together.
Don't we know it?
Yeah. So,
so going forward,
yes.
How are you going to recognize when you need to put a boundary up? What are those warning signs that make you think, ooh, something's encroaching on my home space?
That's a really good one. So for me, it is listening to myself, to my gut, to my instincts, trusting myself, everything else. If something feels off, it's off. I don't need to explain it to anybody else, including myself. If my body, my emotions, my soul, my spirit is saying no, then we're going with no.
Yeah.
We are not going to feel bad about it. We're going to just choose that and move on, you know? And anything that's meant for me will always be there for me. So we don't need to worry about it.
Right.
And if I'm feeling yes, like, yes, I want to do this, then I'm not going to have any regrets about it, you know? Because I feel like the number one thing in life we regret is the things that we don't do, not the things that we did. Take those challenges, you know? Jump off that cliff with a parachute or a bungee cord, okay? But, like, do those things, you know? Because, like, for me, when, you know, I was climbing back off the bathroom floor, I decided that I was going to face all my fears. You know, we've talked about this, how I had horrible stage fright. Horrible. My dream had always been to do stand-up comedy.
Right.
And so local place was doing that. And so I'm like, that's it. I'm doing it, you know. And I fell in love and worked out a lot of issues. It was free therapy, you know. 2 shots of tequila and let's go do a stand-up show. But so that's my big thing now. My big red flag isn't anyone else. It's how I feel about a situation. And I'm trusting myself. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's along the same lines of that. But for me, I think it's that moment where I'm like, I like the way you put it. Like, that moment I feel off. I have to ask myself, why do I feel off? Like, what has changed for me? And if I see, I'm like, oh, it's because I feel like I'm spending too much time on work. Like, work is making me feel stressed out. I'm like, okay, so that means I need to prioritize. Yeah, anything that's causing me anxiety, I have to think, is this a temporary anxiety moment? Or have I been feeling this way consistently? Is it usually after I do this one thing? Okay, this one thing is causing me anxiety. I need to set a boundary on this thing.
All right. Good talk.
Introspection.
Ooh.
Always checking in on yourself. Checking in on yourself. I think that's another reason why I want quiet time. Is because it literally what else am I doing but having a conversation with myself?
Right. And I like to start out my day that way, and you like to end your day that way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
See, yin and yang, boo.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. Well, make sure that you're checking in with yourself and listening to your gut and intuition and loving yourself, because you are always enough and you're beautiful and perfect the way you are.
And love yourself enough to set some boundaries.
Yes. And we love you. And have a beautiful, wonderful, sparkly, fabulous day.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Right.
Hope we made you laugh.
Right. And see you next Monday.
Next
Fun day.
Monday.
Woo!
Thanks so much for listening to me and my boyfriend Nicole.
Right.
Have a nice day or whatever.
Yeah. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.